Hi guys, White Witch 110 here. This is my grandfather's medal, which all the men in World War I received. That's the... Whoops! I can't show you the back. That's all set exactly how it should have been. Now one thing that we can get here, or I haven't seen it at the table in our mall, but is this little poppy puppy. Whoops. Isn't he cute? Yeah. This is the larger one. We used to have the smaller one. Oh, there it is. And there's the little one. Isn't that cute? It's one of those ones that'll clip on. See? Cutie. Cutie pie puppy. Very cute. I felt earlier like I was coming down with a cold. Still not feeling 100%, but better than earlier, that's for sure. Well, maybe it's because I'm home. Hubby isn't feeling too good either. Cold's going around work. Somebody hacking and coughing on the bus today. That time of year. Okay, and I said I was going to read the letter, one of the letters that my grandfather sent home to his family. And I will quickly show you. This is the letterhead. There you go. I think it says the same thing on the other side. There you can see. And it's from July 10th, 1960. I will try and read as best I can, if understanding his writing may be a little difficult, but we shall try. It says, Dear Mother, Father, Bros, and Sisters, I received the envelope containing the 3 letters, okay, and was very pleased to hear that you are all well. I will now give you a few of the happenings and etc. I forgot to tell you that I received your letter, Mother, of June 19th, and Beatrice's also. So that makes 2 from Beatrice, 2 from you, Mother dear, and 1 from, I don't know what that says. And I have received 6 from Jenny, which is my grandma. That's me saying that. His wife. So I have fared pretty well so far, as some of the boys have had no word of any kind so far, and there was one who didn't get a letter from Canada until today. Some more tough luck came my way on Thursday, July 6th, as we were falling in for physical drilling. My chum and I happened to just speak a couple of words, and at the same time the sergeant happened to be looking our way. So came and told us we would have to be up before the captain at 5 o'clock. So we went up and we were awarded 2 days CB, and it was only in the morning that I had wrote in Jenny's letter that I hoped I wouldn't have to do any more CB. I don't know what that is. But that's what I got for being so sure, I suppose, because that's what usually happens. It did not make much difference, though, because I stay in most of the time anyway. The only inconvenience was that we had to work between 6 and 8 cleaning up around camp and chop wood for the fires and also answer bugle calls too. Bugle call, to get our names checked off. And believe me, it don't do to miss them either. Because if we do, it's right into the guard room for the ones that does. So I hope I'll never have to do any more of it. There have been, no, there, maybe it's we. We have been getting some grand weather over here lately. We couldn't wish for any better. It rained pretty hard Friday morning, the first time in a long while, but we didn't mind it because we didn't have to drill for a wonder. In the afternoon, it cleared up nicely again. We have been on a course of bombing for a little over a week now, but it ought to be called a bummering course because that's about all we have done since we've started it. We fall and walk down a big hill into a large valley, do a little bit of drill, and then lay down for the remainder of the time. They give us lectures on the handling of different kinds of bombs in a room which is not very large for the bunch that have got to get into it. And we had to sit on the floor, which is a very tiresome position. And you talk about your fun. It certainly is amusing to see fellows get shook every once in a while on account of going to sleep. There was one fellow who fell asleep, and when he got out on parade again, he had a little lip to hand to the sergeant, was immediately taken to the guardhouse. He was before captain right after me, and was reprimanded to appear before the colonel. And when he did go up, he got 5 days second field finished punishment, which means he is privileged to speak to nobody, no smoking, no pleasure of any kind, and is under guard all the time, does extra drill, and also chops wood the most of the day. So, dear mother, you can plainly see it don't do for anybody to try and act up over here. Wilford knows the fellow. He was somebody Abraham, a fellow we went to school with, and who was not very good in his behavior there either. And by what I have told you about myself, you'll begin to think I'm not any good either. But to tell the truth, I was heartbroken when the sergeant came and told us to report to the orderly room, because we hadn't the slightest idea what it was for. And I tried to deny that I never spoke, but there was no use, because it was a case of the sergeant talking to sergeant, word before mine. And believe me, I hope he gets his some day, as he certainly is no good of a sergeant, and nobody in the platoon cares for him. Well, mother, I certainly do wish I was home again with my dear little wife Jenny, and all the rest of you, and feeling very lonesome most of the time. But I guess I ought to just hope for the best, and trust in the Lord to spare me to get home safe again. And it certainly can't come soon for me. I suppose Jenny comes over quite often. I hope she does anyhow, and I think she really does, because she told me in the most of her letters she had been over, and in one of her letters she told me that she was telling you that she had wrote 10-page letter to me, and you joked with her about it, saying it would make a little book, and she took it to heart. But I wrote and told her not to get mad at that, because if she only knew how the fellows in the tent I'm in tease me on writing so much, she would have something to get sore at. I'm writing a good deal of the time, so to give you an idea what the letters I write to Jenny are like, just picture 20 such pages as these, because I wrote a little over 20 in my last letter to her. That's going some, mother dear. Mother dear, I said I would try and write the same to you as I wrote to Jenny, but mother dear, I'm thinking it would be impossible to do so, because to tell her everything I do from day to day, which wouldn't interest you, mother dear, at least I don't think it would, but I'll always leave you know how things are going with me, and whether in good health or not, which are the main things. Mother and I will always think of you from day to day. I was glad to hear that Grandma was no worse, and hope she will improve. So, Mother, give her my love, and tell her I hope to see her again very soon, as the British are getting down to business now, and I think will soon bring the whole thing to a standstill. It's to be hoped so. Anyway, at the same time, I'm thinking I will be up to me to get my share of it. So they are shipping the troops away from here very fast lately, and there may be a chance that the 95th will go to Bramshot camp, according to rumors going around. And if it's true, we may not see the front for months. So it's to be hoped that we will go there. I was glad to hear that Percy hadn't joined, but when I received Jenny's last letter, my gladsome was changed, because she told me that he had gone down to enlist. But I certainly hope that it's not true. And if it is, he will have nobody but himself to blame, because he got warned enough about it. You certainly must... Oh, the letters. It looks like it was folded there. Must be getting some miserable weather over the forecoming? No, according to the word sent over. It's too bad Wilf had such a tumble, but it's a good thing also that it was not very serious, which it might have been. I guess he will never enlist, and there is another one who wouldn't if he had it to do over again, and also a good deal more than me. I guess you had a good time up at McManus the night you went up. Tell Beatrice I was glad to think she was so kind to write to me, and I don't know why some of the rest couldn't have taken the time to write a few things to me, because the more the better. I like it. Beatrice is working new is working now as well. It's to be hoped she will always keep good company in her daily work, because the most of girls who go to work get so rough and ready, but I hardly think such a thing will become of her. At least I hope not. And mother dear, I guess you'll see that she stays in at nights, because once they start to run the streets at night, it's good night. Yes, Beatrice, I'm getting along so best I can. But I will never be happy and content until such a day as I'll be able to be home again with Jenny and all of you. And Beatrice, don't be too anxious to start working, but keep right on going to school until such time as you have to go out working, and it will be soon enough. And dear sister, I was glad to receive your loving letter, and hope you will keep it up. I don't know what that's... Well, mother dear, tell Pa that I was glad to hear from him, and I was also sorry that he never got a chance to to something me away. But it shouldn't be helped because he had to do his duty. So, dear Dad, I hope I will be home again, and that will be better than seeing me go away, if all goes well. You hoped I would have good health, good luck. Well, as far as the good health goes, I'm in the best of health, but I haven't had the best of luck since I've been here. It is very kind of you, dear Dad, to offer to send up stuff, and I don't doubt it a bit. But what you'll do what you can for me, so Dad. I will never refuse any small contributions or boxes, because eats from home are much more appreciated than the food we buy over here, Dad. I saw Garnet all right, as I told you before, but haven't seen anything of him since. But we'll have to go and see him again one of these days. Tell Jean I haven't received his letter up to date, which you said he was going to send, but I suppose I'll get it soon. I hope so anyways. In answer to Beatrice's second letter, Beatrice, I was glad to receive your second letter also, and also to hear you are still all well. I guess you often see Jenny now, and will know how lonesome she is without me. And I'm just as lonesome over here all alone. And I suppose you will feel kind of bad, dear, on account of me being so far away. And I hope your wishes come true about the war being over before I have to go to the front. Don't get sick of school, Beatrice, but do your best to pass your exams, because you'll be glad in time to come that you had of it. You don't. So keep up your lessons, for they will pay you in time to come always. Don't think your letters are not interesting to me, because word of any kind is gladly received by me. Beatrice dear, so just keep sight on sending me letters. This is your letter answered in full, and I thank you for your kisses, dear sister, to see that you don't kiss any of those boys in Toronto. I will now answer Mother's second letter. Mother dear, we can't tell when we will go to the front, but it may be very soon, as they are sending drafts away most all the time. The 90th Battalion, who came over with us, has mostly all gone, so we can never tell, but what we will have to go very soon. I told you we may go to Bramslot, and it looks as though we will, on account of the general inspection held Monday afternoon by General Alderson. He was very pleased with our drill, and I heard that he gave orders to the effect that our battalion must not be broke up. So if in true we will go to the place, and if so, we will not go over to France until September or so. Tell Uncle Hiram, he wants to keep awake, and next time he wants to see a fellow away, because they don't wait for anybody in the army. We are very pleased to receive Auntie Ann Butts' good wishes, love, and surprised also to hear Gordon was to be married, and I suppose he will be settled down by this time, or on his honeymoon, if he had one. I will be up to Jenny and to take ours when I get home, if God sees fit, which I hope he will, and if all goes well. We have had favorable weather so far to hold open air service every Sunday morning, and they are very interesting. Sunday, July 9th, just before dinner, the officers were running around like mad, chasing the fellows into their tents, as they had received word of a German air raid, but it was all over close to 1 o'clock, and I was able to go down to Folkestone in the afternoon. I received 3 Jack Canucks from Jenny out of a bunch of Canadian mail which arrived, but no letter, and I certainly did feel disappointed, because I would rather have the letter than the papers at any time. At the same time, and then there's a crease and I can't read it. Next part I can read says, the rest of the boys. Well, I guess I will close for now, hoping this will find you all in good health, as it leaves me, and I send my love to all. I intend to try to get back into the signalers, but think I'll stand a poor chance. Bye-bye for now, from your loving son. Kisses for all. Gordon. That's our phone. No, hang on. Okay. So that was his long letter home. And that one was from July. The next one I'll read tomorrow. Seems a bit shorter, and hopefully looks like I should be able to read most of that one. And that one's from October 8th, 1960, but you'll see where it was folded and it's hard to read. And then there's just certain spots. It was a little bit hard. And then his writing. And that one there has that. Some of it's a little faded. But that was a very long letter home that he sent. There. So that was today's. As always, thank you to my loyal subscribers. Thank you for being here. For those of you who are new and just coming in to see what's up, please, if you like my content, subscribe, Hit the notification bell so you'll know when I upload. Feel free to look at the rest of the vlogs I have. If there's any that you like, please give them a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. I always get back to them. And I hope you enjoy and you stick around. So until tomorrow night, ciao for now.